I can consider this my home lake actually. It's very close from where I live. We know that there's a big fish here, there's a big stock of them, but again, not always it can be successful. It's very, very strong fish, and it feels heavy as well. Oh my God, no way! Count your blessing, really. Wow. Lovely start of the day. Wow. Finally, after almost 3 days of waiting, I had a run and it feels also good. Welcome everyone on this new adventure. For this edition, we're going to fish a very special lake. I can consider this my home lake actually. It's very close from where I live, and it's like a gym actually, I can say, from where I can learn and practice many things in carp fishing, and not only. We're going to face very tough conditions for the week ahead. Now it's very gray and moist and cloudy, and also a little bit of rain as well, and mostly temperature is going to drop a lot. But there will be one and a half day more or less during the week where suddenly the temperature will rise more, definitely, like 14-15 degrees. And on this day we're going to try to focus more our energy to get the best results. But in fishing everything is unpredictable, so in my opinion, whenever we can land a fish or two, it will be already a great achievement, because in this water, especially in this period, it's very tough to get some fish on the net. So let's stop talking now and let's go find some position, and mostly let the adventure begin. As long as I avoid to fish here in the summer because of the angling pressure that is constantly here on the lake, I just reserve my time to fish here during the spring or the autumn and the winter season. At these purposes, actually, I can have more chances to have the empty lakes, empty position, and to have more peaceful and quiet also session by my side. Since I started fishing this venue from 2016, more or less, I've seen all the changement that the lake has had during the years. So it never gave for granted what actually can happen. We know that there's a big fish here, there's a big stock of them, but again, not always it can be successful. And also consider that in the past 2 weeks or so, I've been monitoring and checking constantly the angling pressure here on the lake. I know that actually it was like a very, very slow fishing at the moment. Even people been here for a week or so and totally blanking. So according to this, I know for sure that, okay, it's winter season, the water is getting very cold, it's about 9 to 10 degrees maximum. We have to be very careful on how much amount of bait we're going to put into the water. And on my opinion, where normally in the summer you can fish with, I don't know, 10 to 15 kilo per day, I believe that in a week I will be using probably this amount for the entire staying that we will have here. So according to the position that I've chosen for this fishing session, I have a very interesting depth, very interesting spots in front of me, because I have here on my left side a shallow water bay about 4-meter depth with 2 small islands. That is a very interesting point for the fishes to come in and out and just all around here. So I will reserve this small bay eventually for the next days to put one rod only. But in the meantime, I just want to focus everything on what I have in front of me. So since the arrival, I just used the boat just to put a marker and to check with the eco sounder actually all the drops that I have in front of me, because it just goes very drastically from 4 meters to 12 meters in a very short range of distance. In about 40-45 meters only, I already have this depth. And it means that, yeah, the fishing will be basically marginal. So for this first stage of the session, I'm going to prepare about a kilo or so of boilies and sweet corn together with very attractive liquids. So just right after I decided how I meant to start my fishing activity, the base, the marker, the spots and so on, I will be using 2 different kits of rods and reels. Basically what I know that 2 rods will be just nearly behind the highland that I have here on the left side. And for this reason I will be using shorter rods, 10 foot, the new Infinity boat rod range, paired with a whisker reels. This is a small and light compact kit actually, but together with this I will be using a 0.38 millimeter monofilament, because I need a very, very strong line. On this lake it's forbidden to have shock leaders, braid leaders and so on, so I will be using a quite strong monofilament that it will guarantee me to have a good resistance on abrasion on the rocks and stones that are just in front of me. The same it will be also on the other kit that I'm using, 12-foot Infinity rod together with the new Tournament Bezier reels. And the same here I have just another line, but it's the same diameters. Again, I will be fighting probably with heavy and very strong fish. Once you have a run, they are so powerful, and from experience really they can take you half an hour before they can decide to finally be landed on your net. So basically 2 different kits, 2 different solutions, basically on 2 different spots, but they are so close to each other. Now let's just wait. It's the first hours of this session, and I'm very confident that something great really can happen. scratching on something. I don't know in what, but okay, now it seems, yeah, the fish is free. Ooh, looks heavy, very powerful. Oh, he's swimming on a very bad direction. Mamma mia. I don't really want to pull too much because it's very, very strong fish and it feels heavy as well. So I don't want to pull it too much. Oh my god, it goes. No way, no way. Oh, I cannot even reel in few meters of line, just lifting the tip of the rod. But then suddenly, whoa, he takes more line and keep on pulling in the depth. Oh my god. It's constantly pulling and keeping the bottom of the lake. Actually, I really need to try to slowly and gently to just lift him up from the bottom and coming a little bit more in the surface. Then I can try at least to keep the control on the fight. Otherwise it's very, very difficult. And also I'm afraid that he's going to take the other lines on the left side. It's fighting like a bull. I'm not able to reel in some line. Then I will take the other lines, but probably it's just out of danger now. Oh my god, I'm very nervous. I'm seriously nervous at the moment. From the pattern looks beautiful, so beautiful, and also quite very nice chunk. Wow. Whoa. He's in. Oh my god. Wow. Simply wow. This was a great reward, to be honest. After already many hours of waiting, finally the first fish is in the net. Now let's take a look because it's a pure beauty. On my gently small spinner rig with a snowman presentation, 18mm bottom bait and nearly 8mm flow pop-up. Wow, and what a beauty. Lifting this fish out from the water, it gave me a sense of much bigger and heaviest fish than I expected when I first saw it. I'm shaking, really. 24.5 kilo. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, no way. The other, oh. Incredible, just incredible. The fish seems to be arrived on my spot. Quickly managed to put the other fish safe for a moment. In the meantime, that I just fight and retrieve this one, which looks definitely much smaller fish. But wow, good action, finally good action. Yeah, definitely smaller fish. Beautiful. This is the action that I like from this place. Two fish basically almost on the same time, and one giant that is waiting now in the retain sling, and immediately another small but very beautiful mirror. Okay, great. Just after a couple of pictures, now release it and let's see and reveal that beast over there. Oh, I'm shaking. Count your blessing, really. Wow. In my life I've been catching quite many beautiful and also big fishes. When it's about scaly, linear and so on, I had the privilege actually to land a few, but nothing comparing to this one. Linear actually at about over 24 kilos is just mind-blowing, guys, really, trust me. And the heart just won't stop beating faster and faster. It's just a huge emotion and such privilege to landing during this filming. I'm so happy, over the moon, really. Now let's stop talking and let's show this beautiful fish. What a huge linear balloon carp. Wow. thank you for the great feelings you gave me. Just a quick check of both the rig's presentation to be sure that they are still good and then ready to go. The big fish actually that I landed, it totally make not usable anymore. The hook, it was totally just ruined at the tip, and I don't feel it's right to sharpening more, so I just prefer in this case to replace it with a new one totally. Instead, for the smaller carp that I caught, the presentation was still quite perfect, I will say. The sharpness of the hook is still quite okay as well, so I'm just going to make a new rig for the first rod, and then we are able again to cast out the rods. As I'm fishing in about almost 10 meters of depth, I have to be sure once I cast that everything is falling correctly. So I just keep a little bit of tension of the line, also because there's a wind pushing just right in front of me, and this will make somehow some slack line. But in any case, yeah, I just have to keep a little bit of tension so that yeah, everything just sink in the right way. So yeah, basically it's about 24 hours since that we started fishing yesterday. It was, yeah, almost dark, and yeah, just right after 24 hours or so I had these double runs. Actually, I still have 2 rods just behind me with how can I say, still the same action of time that they are in the water, and as long as I've seen both the 2 rigs presentation was perfect, still the boil is inside the mouth of the fishes, I don't want to take them out. I prefer to risk and leave these 2 rods in place to not disturbing more the area with the other casts in the water or the splashing and stuff. I just prefer eventually to give some more, a little bit of more food into the water instead of casting the rods out again, because again, as I said, there was the rigs before was still perfect, untouched, and even if I know that there are some crayfish and smaller fishes that can be just disturbing and ruining and even totally eating at all my presentation, I prefer to take the risk in this way. But I'm pretty sure they are pretty much entire and perfectly yet. So yeah, just keep waiting, and probably in the night, why not, we can have some more action as long as it seems that, yeah, the fish is getting closer and finally feeding again. Fingers crossed, and let's wait now for the dark to come. early start of the day. Wow. It's a beautiful common chunk and it's a ghosty actually. Lovely. Wow. I'm so happy that I actually kept on following my instinct for this rod. Actually, this rod, it was in the water for about 2 days. And as I said, I prefer to leave it, these rods behind this small island, because I felt right to just keep it there. Even if there was a long time that I cast these rods out, but I felt somehow that this can still give a bite. And yeah, I was right. The snowman is still perfect after 2 days in the cold water and not baiting too much on the spot, and just make this result of a very beautiful common ghosty chunk. Beautiful. Let's lifting and have a look. Very big fins, tail, ooh, it's huge tail. And the good thing also is that this fish is gonna grow much more in the years. Lovely, wow. Job done. Wow, nice. Now it's the early hours of the morning, and for the whole day it's gonna be like this, foggy, cloudy, and quite chilly as well. So yeah, I think it's really carpy and perfect to keep on catching. Probably, yeah, why not? Probably from today we can have much more action. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Well, we've been waiting for the whole day, basically. Now the sun is setting, and it was a good day, but after all, we landed one fish in the early morning, basically. Let's say also that I've been just throwing a little bit of more bait on the spots, and yeah, why not? This can be good probably to have another run. Finally, also the sun is showing up in the last hour, and also for tomorrow it will be the warmest day of the week. So this changement of temperature, it may help probably for what can be the upcoming night and the day of tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Well, it was a very quiet night, I will say, except for the early morning call, where actually I had a run. It was still dark and very, very foggy. Most of all, it was quite cold. I wasn't expecting that cold, but it was just due to the moist humidity that was on the lake, of the fog and so on. But yeah, there was a run with a nice looking mirror carp. At least we are keep on catching. Let's say that more or less we have one run every approximately 24 hours or so. So now, yeah, it's early morning again. The fog is slowly fading away, and I hope for the sun to come out and warm up a little bit the water. I really hope that within today I can be able to catch 1 or 2 fish. It was a very stressful and frustrating waking up this morning, because again, it's 3 days in a row now that actually we have no runs, no activity at all by the fishes. But I still see some jumping in the very far at the center of the lake, and still this makes me think that somehow, even if the activity by the fish is quite lower than the previous days, where we were still catching a few, but still catching. And I just decided to use the spot rod, to use the castable sonar, and to see what the hell was going on actually. And I found out that on the first spot, on the first depth that I found since I arrived here, where I found the fish, and yeah, I started catching, the fish moved from there, and the fish seems to be more in deeper water at about 12, 13, 14 meters as well. So after I've been checking with the castable sonar that this was effective, that the fishes are just there, but just more a longer distance, I'm going to try this option and recast the rods out again, and also baiting with some more new fresh boilies and liquids and stuff, but just using also the spot at this time, because with the spoon I cannot reach that distance. So it's time to work. Finally, after almost 3 days of waiting, I had a run and it feels also good. The idea of changing the fishing spot, just moving farther out in the depth, seems to be paying off. But now, keep calm and slowly fighting the fish, and let's manage to bring it here. In front of me there's a shallow water drop, and then immediately it goes down very steep, and that it can be a very dangerous corner. Finally a fish. Not the biggest, but who cares? It's a fish after days of struggling and waiting. Oh man. I believe that we still have about an hour or so of light, so let's release it and cast out the rods again. Maybe we can get another one. At this point, I'm really aware that the time of my disposal is getting shorter and shorter, so I will try my best to do everything properly and get the best results for the night ahead. Knowing that it will be my last night, and that in 6 days actually I had only one fish at night, doesn't make me really confident that tonight can be the right one. But looking at my experience from the past days, I know that probably the morning after can be the last chance to land another fish. It's early morning and just wake up cold. It was a nice run, and from today also will be much different. It's definitely colder, foggy again. Now that all my wishes for this session have come true, I can feel satisfied, as well as extremely lucky, having spent good days on the lakeside and for the stunning specimens landed. Winter often presents great unknowns in fishing. Knowledge, experience and preparation often play a fundamental role. Now it's time to leave and head back home, recharge our batteries and once again plan the next fishing trip. Where? Just stay tuned and you will find out.